Good morning, riders. I'm Bobby Meister.
And my name is Tia Parker. Today is Friday, March 26, 2021.
Our first story today highlights a trend that's been around for ages. Not to mention it's also a money saver. Let's go to Gabbie for the inside scoop about thrifting.
Thrifting. Thrifting refers to an act of shopping where one's normal intent is to find interesting pieces of clothing for a low price. Over the past few decades, we've seen the ins and outs of thrifting and its take on society. With thousands of social media influencers, thrifting has become a new trend amongst teens in America. So, the big question is, why thrift? Well, thrifting provides many benefits for us in our communities. One benefit of thrifting is that it helps our economy. Since the majority of clothes are passed down and sold, thrifting reduces water footprints. The clothes are not being produced in a factory, so thrifting helps reduce the amount of chemicals and carbon emissions and reduces the amount of waste that piles up in landfills. Similar to the idea of reducing waste, thrifting also helps you make a difference in your community. Because clothes are essentially posed as hand-me-downs, you are avoiding the idea of giving into fast fashion. Fast fashion is a term used to describe how very successful businesses profit off of producing clothing at exponential rates for cheaper costs. Because clothes are being produced faster, materials may not be as safe and can be detrimental to our environments. Since thrifting is local and affordable, you can help avoid some of these issues because the clothes are being passed through your community. And this brings me to my third benefit. By thrifting, you can create a custom wardrobe tailored to your own personal style. Because these items are not being produced in bulk like normal retail stores, items can become more personal since they may be one-of-a-kind finds. Did you know that according to the U.S. Census Bureau, there are currently more than 25,000 retail, consignment, and not-for-profit resale shops in the United States? Did you also know that about 16 to 18% of Americans will shop at a thrift store during a given year? With a growing love for thrifting, it is important to be mindful of places you can thrift in your community. Places like Plato's Closet, Goodwill, or even Salvation Army are just a few places you can visit to thrift locally. Housing everything from house accessories, clothing, decorations, furniture, and even CDs, thrifting is a good way for you and your friends to get outside and do something fun.
Thanks, Gabbie. There's so many things you can find while thrifting. Our next video is about Mary McLeod Bethune, a celebration of Women's History Month. Nate developed the piece to help us celebrate. Let's take a look.
The daughter of former slaves, Mary Jane McLeod Bethune became one of the most important black educators, civil and women's rights leaders, and government officials of the 20th century. The college she founded set educational standards for today's black colleges, and her role as an advisor to President FDR gave African Americans an advocate in government. Here's just a short list of some of her accomplishments. In 1924, she was elected president of the National Association of Colored Women's Clubs. In 1935, she became the founding president of the National Council of Negro Women. In 1936, Bethune became the highest-ranking African-American woman in government when President FDR named her Director of Negro Affairs of the National Youth Administration, where she remained until 1944. In 1940, she became vice president of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored Persons, a position she held for the rest of her life. And that's just the beginning of the impact Bethune had in our history. Every day we are impacted by someone who decided to step up and make a change. And we can shed some light on how Bethune did just that during Women's History Month.
Our final piece today is an inspirational video. Thanks, Sophia. And riders, don't forget, you're awesome.
Rider News wants all students to remember to stay strong and believe in yourselves. That's it for this week.
I'm Bobby Meister.
And I'm Tia Parker.
Stay positive.
Stay strong.
Go Riders.